So, okay, first off, let's start with your birthday. When is your birthday, love?
10/25 of 80.
10/25. Okay, so you're a Libra.
No, I'm Scorpio.
Scorpio. Wait, 10/25?
Yeah.
Oh, 10/25. I'm thinking September 25th. Okay, yes,
No,
you are a
October
Scorpio.
25th.
Okay, so the last few years, you were going through a lot of fucking changes. It is no joke that a few years ago, you were going through such dark, deep depression. You felt all alone.
Okay.
You felt like no one valued you. You felt like you did lose a lot of friends, a lot of people. You walked away from them. They walked away from you. And then the last couple of years, up until about last year, you were going through a lot of past stuff. Again, more depression, maybe even suicidal thoughts and tendencies in the last few years. Okay.
Maybe not tendencies, but
Thoughts,
Yeah.
for sure. And you just didn't act on them.
right.
You know, you were stronger than what was trying to take you down. It was a very deep, dark spot. Now, Scorpio in general is very deep, very dark, intense, mysterious. It rules sex. It rules taxes. It rules taboo. It rules piracy. It rules tattoos, piercings, actually. It rules witches and witchcraft and tarot cards and the meaning of life, like, trying to dig deep down to find that meaning of a life, right? And doing it in much more of an unorthodox way. Now, one thing about Scorpios is they go through a lot of loss unexpectedly. Like, whether it's a job, boom, gone. It's a relationship, boom, gone. Whether they die or, they leave. And you're just like left holding the bag, like, what the fuck just happened, right? And so there's a lot of intensity that comes with being a Scorpio. I'll be honest with you, I have the mind of a Scorpio. That's why I'm able to delve deep into the taboo, the occults, because it rules esoteric and the esoteric knowledge, right?
Okay.
It's like the ocean. Scorpio is the deep, dark, scary parts of the ocean that people don't want to go and swim in, right?
Right.
Because they don't know what's under there. You are ruled by volcanoes. So that's why you can erupt. You can only hold on for so fucking long, and then it just comes out of you. It just spills out, right? And so the last few weeks, there's been last few months, especially, it just feels like there's a lot going on with my Scorpios. They're going through major, major changes, losses, but this is actually not a punishment. We take it on as a punishment. We what the fuck did I do? Or what did I not do? All of those types of things. And at the end of the day, if the universe is taking things away from you, it's because it wasn't yours to begin with. And it's not a punishment. And Scorpios will hold on to that till death do you part. Like, you want to get that revenge. You want to see people get their fucking karma.
Right.
They'll get it. You just don't need to be an active participant nor focus on it. Oh, my computer shut down.
Uh-oh.
Oh, you little motherfucker. Oh, it's still recording. Weird. Okay, cool. So with that said, there's again, all the things that you're feeling, those are normal. Even though if they feel like shit, they're fucking normal. So, yes, you are being tested in relationships, and it almost seems like the last, month has really fucking just taken a toll on you. And that is because Uranus, the great awakener, he fractures everything in his wake that is not built on a solid foundation. And being that Uranus is transiting your 7th house of relationships, partnerships, one-on-ones, BFFs, roommates, boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife, business partner, in-laws, anybody who is within your immediate sphere.
Okay.
And so it's telling you a lot about yourself and asking you to break free, because Uranus is the planet of breaking free from shackles that bind. Is there relationships, plural, in your life, whether that's a work relationship, a romantic relationship, a familial relationship, a friendship, the relationship you have with the lady at the grocery store. If you keep going through her fucking line and she keeps treating you like shit, then why the fuck do you keep going through her line?
Right.
Change the relationship, because that's what you're attracting in. So that's a mirror to you. So even though I talk about the 7th house of being relationships with others, it's also the relationships that you have with yourself. It's the mirror back. So when people come into our lives and they are reflecting negativity and bullshit and fuckery, Taurus rules value systems. So you'd have a tendency of being in relationships that you are not valued in. And you have used your sexuality to stay in relationships longer past the expiration date. Because that's what Scorpios do. They use their sex. Well, you need me because of sex, or this because of sex. And that is so a Scorpio's way of thinking. And what Uranus has been doing since 2017, he has been in that area. So think about the relationships that you have broken free from, that just left all of a sudden. The relationship you have with your husband. It's been in, it's been out, it's been in, it's been out. It's yes, I want you, no, I fucking don't. And you keep trying to hold on because of what? Ego. Ego. We all have fucking ego.
Okay.
So it's like a fear of loss. So I'd rather keep you in my sphere and make each other miserable and hold you hostage as I hold my own heart hostage. Hence why you've got that fucking button on your heart right now. Is because that's not a coincidence, because our bodies are record keepers.
Right.
From all the pain, the sadness, not being loved enough, not being nurtured by the mother. Mm-hmm. And I know your upbringing. I remember how hard fucking core your guys is. That's why I loved babysitting you guys, is because that was the only time you got to be you. Otherwise, you were like literally fucking like strangled from being kids, strangled from, if you did something wrong, it was instant punishment. Or if somebody else decided that what you did was wrong or unruly, or spoke too loud, or had a snot. So you were always trying to fit in. I watched you do it. I did the same thing. I was put up for adoption. Remember, Marge was my adopted parents. Yeah. And they weren't the nicest. That's why I was always at Lolly's. So I get where you were coming from. I could see it, because we were raised around group home kids, foster kids, all of that kind of shit. And you were just the same. Yeah. You had a very tough upbringing. And because of our upbringings, that is what we believe love is. It's when somebody is squeezing us out, snuffing us out, not listening to what we're saying. We don't feel seen. We don't feel heard. So what are we doing? We're blocking ourselves. We don't believe that we are valued enough to be loved. So we stay in situationships longer past their expiration date and keep trying to hold on because we're fucking lazy. We don't want to do the work. We fear that nobody's going to fucking love us. So we put up with less than we fucking deserve until our soul can't take anymore. Then we start, our bodies are these record keepers, and it starts transmuting all the pain, all the hurt, all the sadness. Heart issues is because we've never been loved enough. Diabetes is because you've never really enjoyed the sweetness of life. Cold sores because you want to tell somebody to go fuck themselves and you won't. Ear infection is because you don't want to hear or aren't listening to what is being said to you. Eye infections is what is it you don't want to see. Hemorrhoids, what is it you're not letting go of? Cancer, what's eating you from the inside out? Stomach issues, what is it that you can't stomach about your life?
Yeah.
Right? So our bodies are very spiritual. They remember all the pain, all the sadness, they remember the love too. But it's very seldom that we allow ourselves to feel that love because we feel like we should be punishing ourselves even more because we've been punished our entire lives. You have been punished your whole fucking life. Now, I'm not sitting here talking shit about your parents. That's what you chose when you stepped foot into this existence. You chose that you were going to learn these lessons with these people, regardless of whether you were adopted or not. Every single fucking person who has ever came into your life has taught you something.
Oh, for sure.
So therefore, instead of blaming them for us wanting to walk away, but sometimes we just need permission that it's okay to say, go fuck yourself. Hey man, I value myself more. You're not valuing what I'm saying. You don't value what I do. You don't value me as a person. You've forgotten that, like, even in romantic relationships, I say this all the time. They're together for fucking years, and they forget how to be lovers. They forget how to fall in love with each other again. And we're constantly introducing new aspects of ourselves to not only ourselves, but to our partners, to our children, to our friends. And sometimes those certain people are going to gravitate away from us, whether it's through a fight or they move away or life happens and they have to go and focus on something completely different. It doesn't matter what it is. People are some are here for a reason, some are here for a season, and some are here to stay. And you got to figure out, like, right now is a very pivotal time, especially for my Scorpios who are now in a position, again, you will never in your lifetime have Uranus in your 7th house of relationships. And what does that mean for you? It is trying to break you free from any shackles that are binding. And it's going to make you so fucking uncomfortable because Taurus is about earth. So anything that is not built on a solid foundation is going to crumble. It's going to crumble. And there's nothing you can try to hold on, everything you grasp for, because the only thing about Uranus is he's the only planet that you cannot predict. He's the most unpredictable. No astrologer, no psychic. We can tell you what might happen.
Right.
But because all the other planets, they spin on their axis like this, Uranus spins like this. So he throws something out and it just comes at you so abruptly and you're like, whoa, what the fuck was that? Whoa, what the hell? You know, and you're just like, but what it does is it evolves you. So it brings you into more relationships that actually value, that want to lift you up, that want to do things for you and want to do things with you and give you those Venusian things, because Taurus is ruled by Venus. Venus wants to play. Venus wants to have fun. It wants luxurious shit.
Right.
And it wants to give you more money. So if you're finding that your money's dipping, that's usually when you're in the wrong relationships. Is when you start finding yourself like going into poverty level and your like jobs are being taken away, cars are being taken away, fucking kids are hating on you guys. Like whatever it is, it's gonna continue to do that until and it'll make us so fucking uncomfortable until we're willing to just let it break.
Yeah.
And we let the chips fall where they may, and we pick up the pieces and we keep moving on, and we get better value of humans. We're a higher value now. Now we're adding tax, maybe shipping and handling. Fucking double the tax the government does. Right? So this is what you're supposed to be learning in all of this. It's not just about, like, I can sit here and talk to you about your mother-in-law. I can talk to you about all the relationships. And if they're fucking shitty, it's one of the ones that you need to break free from. Because next year, you've got a lot of planets that are going to be in your 8th house of deadly serious contracts. A marriage contract is a deadly serious contract. Buying a home is a deadly serious contract because you're signing your life away.
Right.
You're signing your identity away.
Yeah, like Dustin and I's relationship has probably never been better.
But there's this other one. It doesn't matter about the romantic relationship.
Right.
And if it's good, that's awesome. But what sounds like what I'm talking about?
My mother-in-law.
There it is. So here's your options with your mother-in-law. And I'm going to make this plain and fucking simple for you. You have 3 options. Number 1, you give her her walking papers.
Right.
Number 2, You move out.
And
number 3, because it's going to sound so simple, but it's actually not as simple as you believe.
Right.
And number 3 is you find something that you guys can bond over, and bond over that. Realize that she is just who she is, and she is fated to be exactly. I want to read you this card. I'm going to read it straight out of the book because I am seeing this card in my mind's eye right now. And this is going to make perfect fucking sense. Layman terms. I don't need to go all foo-foo woo-woo on you. It's very plain and fucking simple. Realistic. You won't be able to not fucking see it. Hold on. I got a lot of decks, girl.
Okay.
I have over 100.
Holy moly.
Yeah. And I use them.
All of them?
I have so many. Oh my God. It's at the bottom of the deck. It's at the bottom of the deck. It's called Fates. Okay?
Okay.
Now, I'm going to read you this card. It's number 17. I opened it right to it.
Oh, goodness.
Okay. So the relationship message says, other people are who they are. You can't change them. The challenge is to accept them as they are and not try to make them otherwise to suit you. This is a time to look at how you attempt to mold people to fit your view of how they should be so that you can remain in the relationship and avoid discomfort. What if who they are and whatever is happening between you and them in this situation is perfect from the perspective of spirit? Now is the time to accept what you cannot change, even if it means that you honor yourself, spirit, and the other person by moving on. Love unconditionally for each of us is on our own journey, and we cannot direct that of another. Be aware that this relationship is indeed fated, and you are meant to evolve into a better version of yourself as a result of it. How apropos to exactly. So even though we look at people and we can criticize them, you do this, you do that, you know, you're fucking, like, okay, you can do that.
Right.
Or you can accept her for who she is and either, like I said, A, give her walking papers and say, this is not conducive. My home is supposed to be a safe space. And I do not feel safe and secure in it. I feel like I'm walking on eggshells. And I don't like this feeling. And it's not an ultimatum, you or me, to your husband. It's just until you can figure out what your mom's doing, I feel like I need to find a place of my own or go stay with, my mom and dad, whatever. Right. Until I can get, until you figure out what you're going to do with this situation. And then pull the unorthodox relationship where you guys are still together, but you're living separate because he feels it necessary that he needs to take on his mother. And she just doesn't fit in with your fucking vibe. Right. Or you give her the walking papers, she goes stay in a fucking home or with another family member or whatever. Or you find something that you guys can fucking bond over and stop allowing whatever it is that she says, does, and whatever to be nails on a chalkboard. You change your mindset, you change your energy, you change your outcome. And that right there, those 3 things, works in every single one of those situations. Because as a Scorpio, Scorpios represent let something die before something new can come in. Right. So therefore, let your living situation die. Because what's going to happen is either A, your husband's going to say, hey, I actually love my wife and I don't want to be separate from her. And now I see that she's serious about this. And he fucking allows you to kick her out. He does it himself and says, Mom, this isn't working. Or he sacrifices you and he allows you to go. And then you know where he stands. And you know where his loyalties lie. Right. And then you decide from that point forward. But see, as humans, we want to know, well, what's waiting for us on the other side? And as humans, we don't want to do that work because it's work. It is work. And we're cowards. And we don't want to do that. We don't want to get out of our comfort zone. But see, as a Scorpio, you've been pushed out of your comfort zone your entire existence. You should be used to it. And that's what Uranus does, is pushes you outside of your comfort zone so it can evolve your relationship with your partner or whatever. or your job, if you're in the right one, you can get that promotion, you can get that thing, right? And we'll talk about that in a few moments. But with this situation, it seems easier said than done. So here's the deal. You have free will. You can do like a process of elimination. That's the cool part. That's where your free will stands. But eventually, if Uranus wants to, he's going to make things so fucking uncomfortable. Oh my God. He's a dick. And he's in retrograde. This is while he's still in retrograde. He hasn't even woke up yet. That's when the big fucking boom comes. And that's when we have this epiphany and we're like, fuck this shit. I am not doing this. When I went through because I'm an Aries ascendant, when I went through that transit, I went from being known as one of the best bartenders of fucking Chico. I was VIP. I was everything. Now I'm famous for psychic astrology and spiritual life coaching. What the fuck?
Yeah, big difference.
Like, this isn't a job I would have ever chosen for myself, but the universe, well, I did. Before I stepped foot in this existence, this was supposed to be my dharma. This was always supposed to be my path. That's why I went through the trauma as a child. We went through all those hardships so that we could grow from them, or we become a victim of them, and then we sit in our circumstances because we're too fucking lazy, and I was not going to allow something outside of myself to take precedence and power because your ruling planet is Pluto. What have you given away your fucking power to? Who have you given away your power to? So here's the deal. Here's the big one. You're being squared by Pluto now for the next, get this, till 2044.
Oh, Jesus.
So there's this impasse now. There's an impasse. There's a direction this way. There's a direction this way. They're going to come to a head. And you're going to have to be creative to go in a different route. Are you going to clash? Or are you going to, work together and say, okay, this is where I'm at. This is where I need to go. Like right now with your work, you're at an impasse. What do? Do you like your fucking job? Is it what makes you fucking happy? Do you wake up in the morning and be like, I can't wait till I go to work? Or is there something better suited for you?
Right.
If there's something that is better suited for you, then go in that direction. That's the impasse. Do you want to start your own business? Or are you so brainwashed into believing that something outside of yourself has to make you your paychecks? Or do you have like we all have a superpower. Mine is the gift of this.
Right.
I also do woodworking.
And my superpower has always just been taking care of other people.
Well, that's the problem that you have, is you give away your power to everyone else. And why was that? Because you always had to be the older sister and take care of everyone else.
Right.
So there's where that programming begins. And I'm glad that I know you well enough and I've gotten a bird's eye view into your life. So I actually am speaking from experience of what I've seen, so I can see in your patterning where it came from. How about this? See that monitor on your fucking heart right now? Try taking care of yourself and giving yourself back all the love that you have so freely given everyone outside of you that didn't even fucking genuinely care.
Right.
Or value it. That, give it back to self. Something I had to learn the hard way was to give it back to myself. Because my descendant is Libra, so I always gave of myself to my relationships because, again, I was a caretaker. Right. I was adopted, so I had to be a warrior. I had to take what get what you get and don't throw a fucking fit, right? And, we had fucking cruel parents. Like, they were sweet for a minute, but it was very narcissistic. Like, it was very toxic. But back then, we weren't told our families were toxic. Right. Back then, like, new age bullshit now, you got fucking Oprah Winfrey going, your family's toxic and you've got a mental issue and you've got a mental issue and everybody's got a mental issue. Everybody needs therapy. No, you fucking don't. You go to a therapist, they're not going to do half the shit I'm going to do because I'm not only going to tell you how you feel, I'm going to tell you why you fucking feel what you feel. And then I'm going to tell you the antidote and the reality of your situation. If you go in this direction, this is what's going to happen. If you go in this direction, this is what's going to happen. And if you keep going down the same fucking road, you're going to keep getting what you've always got.
Makes sense.
So we're all, when I said the other day, you feel like your back's up against a wall? And you were like, I said, because it is. Everybody's back is up against a wall right now. And we are at a very pivotal time in our lives. And when everybody always says, January 1st, new year, new me.
It's all the same bullshit.
Nope. 2026 for this is going to be the first time in your life when I say it will be a fucking new year, new you. That's why you had to go through the death and reprocess for the past 5 years. It's felt so intense. And it's felt like the whole fucking world was crumbling around us. Not only in the world, but then in our communities and then in our own personal life. We had to sift through a lot of fucking childhood trauma. Relationships that are just constant reminders of what I've already graduated from. Like, we have been through the big, grand fucking fireworks show to get us to 2026. So every fucking outer planet will be shifting into a new house, which means a new direction for all of us. So whatever has had to leave your life, whether it's a fucking job that you've been in, doesn't matter if it's been a fucking friendship where you guys have been in it since kindergarten. If it's gotta go, it's gotta go. It should just be a no thank you, Control Alt Delete. I do not accept this reality. Change the fucking station. I'm ready to move on. And when you're willing to do that and you say, I am worth more than all of this chaos, all this bullshit, all of this not being valued, getting paid for less than I fucking deserve, in every which way, whether that's energetically, whether that's financially, materially, we no longer accept less than what we're fucking worth. And we know that. We step into our Empress energy. We're not playing fucking small. We're not a page. We're not a knight. We're not a queen. We're not a king. We are a fucking emperor, or we are an empress. Are you sitting on that fucking throne next to me? Do you have my back? Can I trust you when I walk out of the fucking room? And I don't care who you are. Are you my kid? Because here's the deal. I don't talk to my fucking kids. I haven't even met my grandchildren. I've met one for like a minute and then they were gone. But I know myself fucking well enough that I sleep really well at night that I am fucking fine without you. And if my kids aren't safe, no one is. No one is. Because there was nowhere in the book of instructions when we came onto this earth that said we were sent here to not be happy, to be miserable, to be gossiped about, to be fucked with, to hate our fucking jobs. Do you know that no matter what religion you follow, no matter what book you fucking read, whether it's spirituality, whether it's atheism, whether it's fucking Catholic, Roman Catholic, fucking any of those, Christian, Mormon, do you know what they all tell you? They all have in common? No fear. So you should never fear deciding that I want better for myself. I want to be treated kindly. Because I value me. And I'm a fucking delight. I am not your enemy. I am your ally. If you made me your enemy, that is your own fucking story. That's your projection, and how you feel about me is none of my fucking business.
Right.
So that is the pivotal point. And when you can fully embody that and believe that you actually fucking deserve it, you will not allow all these other people to come into your sphere and offer you anything less. And you won't do it from a place of being mean. People will say that you're mean. People say that I'm fucking mean all the time. No, I'm fucking blunt. I ain't stupid.
Right.
And honestly, I'm a really nice fucking person. I'm one of the nicest person I know. I am my own hero. I can look in the mirror and say, I love you. I have no ill will or bad intentions. I want to see everyone succeed. I want to lift you all up and empower you because, listen, if your soul didn't know what you and I are talking about right now, you would have already hung up. You would have already hung up. You would have been like, this bitch is full of shit. Doesn't matter how long you've known me. Your soul would be like, every sphincter in your body would be shoving back. and wanting to block out because your intuition tells you that. Because you're a human lie detector as a Scorpio. You're a fucking human lie detector. You can feel when the energy shifts. You can feel intuitively, and then people will gaslight you and be like, nothing's up.
Yep.
No, I fucking felt that. I can tell you guys were fucking talking about something or arguing about something before I stepped foot into this room. So who's got the fucking problem? Who's having a rough time right now? And then somebody's going to say, oh, well, I, got in a fight with so-and-so. Well, cut the energy because I can feel it.
Yep.
Cut the energy. Like, let's have a really good time. Right?
Yes.
So that's where your energy plays a big part of it. And so you have to shift your own energy, and it takes 21 days to start a new habit, like it takes 21 days to break a habit. Do you know why you smoke? You want to know?
Always done it.
It's grief.
I don't know.
Grief. Not feeling heard. People who smoke, you're punishing your lungs because you've never been able to speak freely. And when you did speak, you were never listened to.
Yeah.
You were just a kid, or you were just being overly emotional, or you were just being too much, or you were just being. And that is why you smoke. So you don't even realize that there's much more to it.
Probably.
Honey, remember I was a smoker.
I know.
And I'm still a smoker. Nobody knows this about me, but I still smoke.
Yeah.
I just don't do vapes because those are like
I know.
bioweapons. If you're going to smoke a cigarette.
Right.
That's how I look at it. And so, yes, I do smoke. And I smoke my weed. My name's fucking Peace. They named pipes after me. So those are the things that hopefully all of this is resonating with you. Because this is like some serious shit and I haven't even pulled cards. The only one that I pulled because Spirit told me was this Fates card.
Right.
So this is how you need to treat yourself. Like everything that is happening is fated. Everything that is going in my life. I want to read the rest of this for you. I want to read the other messages because there are other messages with this card. And it says fate, karma, acceptance that there are things you cannot change and knowing what those things are. The Serenity Prayer sums up the meaning of this card. God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. And here's the deal, too. We cannot change other people. We cannot change how they look at us. We cannot change their feelings towards us. You can take one fucking person and have 100 different people hang out with that one person, and they're all going to see a different side. People are going to say,
sure.
That person's a fucking asshole. We fucking can't stand them. They're a snob. They're this, they're that. And other people are going to say you're the best fucking person in the world. And here's the deal. Believe them both.
Oh, yeah.
Believe them both.
Mm-hmm. Because everyone's going to get a different side of you depending on
energy. It's the energy exchange. If I can do a compatibility chart and put your chart over the top of your husband's chart and over the top of my chart, over the top of, the lady, your boss's chart, I can take your chart and do a compatibility chart and tell you everything you're supposed to learn from a certain person. Right now, I'm not even pulling your chart. I don't have your chart. I'm just telling you what I'm intuitively being guided to tell you based off of what I see from the planets. Like I said, you've only seen me pull one.
Right.
And this is what I'm getting. Hopefully this all is resonating with you.
Yeah.
And I haven't been around in decades.
I know.
So, for me to have this much information and insight and advice. And again, this is a really cool spot that you're at right now. And again, it's going to take work. It's like half of it is under knowing it. Like right now, okay, you have some ideas. I've given you different perspective shifts. Now it's up to you which one you want to start with first. Okay? Once you start with one and you see that it's not working and you're still not being valued and respected, and sometimes it's just so much as like, hey, this is my house. This is my roof. You live under it. These are my rules, and you will respect me in my household. I'm not being mean. But I am telling you, like, I would love to be able to have a relationship with you and have my mother-in-law actually love and respect me, where we can bake together. We can go shopping together. Like, there is nothing in the rule books that says that the mother-in-law is supposed to hate the daughter-in-law. This is something I see so fucking often in my readings, is where they're estranged from one another because the mother doesn't want to give up the son. Because when you have daughters, you're not giving anything up. Your daughters always come back eventually. But when you have sons, the mothers are like so... It's... What are you doing?
I vow and try not to do that with my future daughter-in-law. She's amazing.
Exactly. But you're also a rare case. But again, your mother-in-law has a different chart than you.
That's true.
Right? So she's going to be different. That's why we're talking about the fate. She's perfect for the way she is because that's what her chart says so.
Right.
You have your chart. I have my chart. She has her chart. The computers have their own chart. That chair has a chart. My tarot cards have a chart. Your car has a chart. The tree has a chart. Your job has a chart. The state of California has a chart. You're a Virgo. California's a Virgo. Hawaii is a Leo. Do you see what I'm going with this? We all have... The United States of America is a Cancer. That's why we have 4th of July, Cancer season. With a Sag moon, okay? And an Aquarius rising. Yeah.
So is my mother and my son, my daughter.
I'm a moon in Cancer. So after I hurt your feelings, Aries, by putting you in your place, Virgo, my sun sign, my moon sign is like, but I'll give you a hug and make you a sandwich. And you know I'm that way. I've been like that my whole life. Yeah. Okay, so questions on any of what I just spoke about. And then I'm going to get into some cards once you're ready.
No, I don't think so.
Okay, do you have any specific that I didn't...
Any what?
Any specific questions that you may have that I have not already gone over, or something you want me to delve deeper into? Like about your job, it could be about your, your relationship with your mother-in-law, maybe see how things work out there. No question is off the table.
Maybe, the two most important would be like my relationship with my husband and then the journey that my daughter Allison is going to go down with all of her stuff she's got going on.
Okay. Oh, she's the one that is having health issues?
Yeah, she's the one that has had the scoliosis and the spinal fusions, and now they're talking about maybe needing to do surgery on her legs. And
Okay, we'll get into that. All right, so let's work on you and the hubby for a minute. Let's do some focus on... All right, Spirit, please show me. Okay, they're telling me to shuffle. Let's do a couple shuffles. So yeah, you guys definitely have a past life relationship. Your relationship is very intense for a reason, okay? Because you guys have known each other in many, many lifetimes. Okay, so in the past, there was a question, do you even love me? Okay, so I'm asking past, present, future is what I specifically asked for. So in the past, you went through this unrequited love. There was not enough attraction or chemistry to keep this relationship going. So I do believe you guys did separate in the past. You guys were going through separation. You weren't feeling loved. You weren't feeling appreciated. And so, he wasn't giving you what you needed. He wasn't courting you, wasn't taking you out anymore, doing things to fall back in love with you. Right. And so you were feeling like, again, you had those eclipses. So this was like, what, 3-4 years ago? Mm-hmm. Okay. That's because if you go back in that time and look at where the North and South node where it was, North node was in Taurus, which means in your 7th house of relationships, I want to feel valued. Mm-hmm. I value myself. I can see that this isn't working. No matter how much I fuck you to keep you around, my sexuality is not going to help this situation anymore. Right. So it eclipsed it out. But what it can do is eclipse in a new phase once he recognized that he had to value you. He had to go back to giving you the love that you deserved instead of taking you for granted. And that was because of the shift in energy, because the South Node was in Scorpio. So being that it was in your first house of identity, you can go from married to single.
Right.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Or separated, because that's part of your identity. Everybody knows you as married. Or you can go from single to married. So any Scorpios that were out there, you know, they can go like, okay, now we're married, right?
Right.
So what is the energy that Ashile and Dustin are in at this time in their relationship? Okay. Remember earlier when I was saying that you needed to love yourself first?
Mm-hmm.
Remember, you had to value yourself. You had to love yourself first. We want love from someone else. And the reason being is we're always looking for someone outside of ourselves to validate us, to make us feel pretty, to make us feel wanted or desired or whatever it is. We all have a ... right?
Right.
And what you needed to learn was to love you first, to value you first. So all these two cards right now are validating everything I said off of your astrology.
Yeah.
Okay? They literally are validating everything I just said on your astrology. Confirmation. Thank you, Spirit. Okay, so yes, it said love yourself first. And at the bottom of the deck, look at that. Give your relationship a chance. Work on your partnership. So through the love that you started having to give back to yourself, and he had to reevaluate himself and the way he gives and receives love, just like you had to go through that experience of giving and receiving love. And by you loving yourself first and being more respectful of self, both of you, that's why you guys can come into this relationship and actually give it a chance. Okay? So this is you too, but here's the deal. You have what's called a third-party relationship, and that's because we have Saturn and Neptune in Pisces right now. And this is about setting boundaries with people outside of yourself. Listen, I'm going to be honest with you when it comes to relationships. And the universe is tricky when it comes to relationships, right? It purposely sends in a lot of different monkey wrenches and stuff just to see how solid you guys are. Now, can, a teeny bopper come in and throw a monkey wrench in your relationship? How solid are you? Can the mother-in-law come in and voice her fucking opinion? How solid are you? Can your work come in and try to take precedence over your relationship and your fucking your spare time, like weekends with your family? How solid are you? You have to be so solid in your relationship that nothing can come between the two of you. Nothing. You are one. Do you see how they are one with one another? They are so wrapped tight that not even an ant can get through. That's where you're at. And when you love yourself and you love your partner that fucking much, nothing, not a mother-in-law, not a job, not anything can stand between you and your partnership. Not even his own mom. Okay? No friends can come in and be like, he's a dick. He's a this. Oh, piece of shit. Because what happens is you don't talk to anybody about, like, you find a third party, like myself, who has no skin in the game. And that's who you get advice from. You don't go to family. You don't go to your friends, because at the end of the day, they're not as forgiving as you are.
No, I've learned that.
They are not as forgiving. They will hold a grudge because they have a biased opinion.
Right.
Right? They're biased. So therefore, never tell anyone. Don't post it on social media. Don't tell your sister. Don't tell your friends. You find a therapist. You come to a psychic astrologer. You have a life coach. You find somebody that has zero fucking skin in the game, that can hear the situation and actually give you an unbiased opinion.
Right.
Okay? That's what you guys learned, is because there was cracks in the relationship.
Mm-hmm.
There was other people infiltrating, and still is. That's what you guys are learning right now.
Mm-hmm.
And you're sleeping with the enemy, with having that in the house.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So what is for the future of Ashile and Dustin's relationship? Whoa, did you see that one just fly out? Holy shit. You've been worried about your marriage. You've been worried about it. In the past, you were definitely worried about it. But if you were ever questioning if this is your soulmate, you are married to your soulmate.
Yes.
You are abso-fucking-lutely married to your soulmate. Now, I don't get to say that in very many fucking readings. You guys went through hell to get where you are. And if there was ever a question in your mind, if this is where you're supposed to be, the answer is yes. He genuinely fucking loves you. And you guys, now that your kids are all older, you need to spend at least once a year, you need to go on a vacation. Even if it's like you go to the next state over and get a hotel for the weekend or whatever. Okay?
Okay.
You need to go take a Sunday drive, destination nowhere. You need to flirt with one another again. Pinch each other's tushy when you're making dinner. And find new ways of falling back in love with one another.
Right.
Find new ways of courting, because you're both different now.
Yeah.
You're both different. And now allow me to reintroduce myself. And next year, okay, so here's the deal. When I told you all these outer planets are going to be shifting next year, you really are going to be introducing new aspects of yourself to not only yourself again, but to the whole world. Okay. To the whole fucking world. Like, I'm not playing when I say next year. Welcome. You know how they keep talking about the new world? New world?
Mm-hmm.
We really are, by April of next year, going to be in a completely new world. And we are all going to be like baby giraffes. Have you ever seen them try to stand up?
Scary.
Have you ever seen them try to stand up for the very first time? They're little wobbly, cute little fuckers. Mm-hmm. I myself will be going through that, navigating new energies, new territories, new friendships, new groups, new ways of marketing myself, new work, new clients, new friendships, new partnerships. I've been single for I divorced Jimmy 22 years ago and I stayed single.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah. It's been 22 years. I dated a little bit at the beginning, but really, like the last 11 years, fuck no. I wanted to get to know myself without all the trauma and the sadness and the grief and the loss because I was just manifesting relationship after relationship after relationship that was a constant reminder of that.
Right.
So, next year, mark my fucking words, and we'll come back and do another session at that point. You'll know when you're ready to come back and talk to me. You will have this video that you can kind of look back on and be like, okay, I've overcome this. I've overcome that. So by April of next year, even Uranus will no longer be transiting your 7th house of relationships. You will have broken free from the ones you're ready to break free from, or they'll die, or they'll move, or they'll be unexpectedly gifted a new place, and it's like, oh my God, yes! Shoo, 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 fly. Kicking baby birds out of the nest, the whole 9. Or maybe you have a grandbaby at that time, or whatever.
Oh, goodness.
That
might be possible. But...
Well, because you do have expansion in the home. You do have expansion coming up in the home. Well, I mean, you kind of have that there, but also like grandbabies and, grand doggies or, those types of things. So, or you decide I want to sell if you own your home, or you decide you guys want to move to a whole nother place and start over, or you decide that you're going to start, painting your house, or you decide, so there's going to be a lot of movement around your home between now and 2044. Okay. So hence why the mother-in-law moved in. But again, free will, get her out. Say goodbye. I'm not doing this. Yeah.
Yeah.
Free will. Don't look at the things, because you have been like, the universe is offering you, and again, number 4 is the 4th house. It rules the 4th house. This is how you've been sitting. I'm not happy with what I've got. I'm not happy. And the universe is like, but here, I'm going to offer you something. It's a free will. Stop looking down at all the things you've lost, or you're going to be losing, or, whatever. Look at what you're going to gain. You're going to more sexy time. If you want to be loud, you can. More celebrations, bringing friends over, having dinner, game nights, like.
We don't have friends outside, really.
Well, that's your problem. That's your problem.
I think it's probably because my dad always taught me not to bring anybody else into.
Again, that's a childhood trauma, and that's not your thing. Again, your dad, so you're still living under the same rules that Joe set up for you.
Yeah.
Which, the only person that can change those rules is you now.
Yeah.
You're a grown adult, honey. You're allowed to have friends over now. So it's time for you to turn over a new leaf. Go to a pottery class. Go take quilting. Go make candles. Go do a sip and paint. Go, meet new friends. You've been going through life this way. You have this awesome pivotal moment right now in your life where you actually can have good friends. You can do those things, but you're going to be more selective because of what you've experienced. And now you're like, okay, I can do this now. And it's baby steps, opening yourself up, going and doing things that are out of your comfort zone. This is really awesome. Go volunteer somewhere so that you can get out in your community. Right?
Yeah.
So take one step. It's like, when we're breaking through barriers of what we're used to, it's like a rubber band, right? Do what you're uncomfortable with. Do what you're comfortable with. Do what you're uncomfortable with. Do what you're comfortable with. So it's like this rubber band that each time you stretch it just a little bit further, and then come back, and then a little further, and then come back, and then you stretch it so far that the rubber band breaks, and you're so far out of your comfort zone that now you have a new comfort zone. Right?
Okay. Yeah.
So whatever you've been doing, it's time for, again, you're introducing new aspects of yourself. And like, even with me, like I found my birth family, right? And I was like, most people would be like, oh, it's family, drink them all in and collect them. Me, I'm like, you're cool. Jury's still out on you. Fuck you. And that's that.
Right.
I do that same thing with people who want to come into my life and be my friend. I'm like, you don't want to be my fucking friend. You want what I have. Knowledge. Right. You know that if you and that's why I was so like, when you reached out, and I'm better with just calling, honey. Don't text me, call me. Because things, and it was Mercury retrograde, my ruling planet, backwards, and I had just gotten called a stupid bitch for the same fucking thing, and it was like, and I posted the fucking pictures of the conversation. It was horrible.
Oh, I think I seen that, yeah.
Yeah. So that's what I had just gone through, and so it was like right simultaneously when you reached out, and then I had another person do it, and I was like, and that's why I was, not thinking straight and just kind of came at you, is because I who the fuck calls me a stupid bitch?
Right? Who calls anybody that?
And I was really nice, like you could tell if you read it, like I was being really nice, like,
yeah,
hey, But they were, and the funniest part is the phone number was from Florida, and you're telling me you're from Lahaina. And you're white. I talked to her on the phone before that text message went down.
Oh, did you?
Yes. She called me. Yeah. And it was a Florida fucking number.
Oh, goodness.
Yes. So, anyway, back to you. With this, though, you're on the right path. Every hardship, all the shit you were going through was all fated. It was all destined to see. Because here's the deal. The universe always throws monkey wrenches into our relationship to see how we're going to react or respond. If you blow up every fucking time, or you hold things back every fucking time, the universe is going to keep putting you in those situations to do something opposite. Okay? They fucking test you when you're not even expecting it. And half the time, you don't even realize that you're being tested when they're testing you. And they come out of the woodwork, and it hits you. And then now that you're aware that this is all a test, like everything is supposed to be the way it is. All the little monkey wrenches, even Matt going through cancer. Again, what is he allowed to eat him from the inside out that he has never processed? And his body, he's a Taurus. So, and he's also a Libra rising. You know, I've done his chart, Pisces moon. Everything that he is going through is all spiritual. He has held on. We know, we saw Ron beat the fuck out of him.
Yeah.
Don't cry, you little fucking pussy. Right? Like, we all went through it. Your house, my house, Lolly's house. You know, we all ran to Lolly's because it was great over there because she was, you know, she was chill as fuck. But when things went down over there, you know?
Yeah.
But we were raised around chaos.
That's true.
We were raised around chaos. Okay, so husband thing, like I said, this is just a test with his mom being there. How are you guys going to handle the test? And how are you going to do it together as a unit? And again, you're at this impasse with your husband. It doesn't have to be a fight and an argument, but there needs to be a new direction where you guys can say, okay, this is the best direction for all of us involved, and it's going to be better for our marriage.
Okay.
Okay? It does not need to be a knockdown, drag out fight, screaming, yelling, bickering, bitching. If you get to that place where you start feeling like you're getting irritated, you're ready to fucking blow, just say, you know what? I need to take a couple of moments and I need to go ground out. I will be right back and we will continue this conversation. Go outside, put your feet in the fucking grass. Yes, it's cold. Breathe in some of that cold air, ground back out, because it's like you can go from 1 to 5 like that.
Oh, yeah.
So one is like what I'm talking like right now. 2 is like, hey, yeah. 3 is like, all right. You don't want to hit 4 and 5.
Right.
Okay. So you've done it that way before where you've hit 4 and 5. You go from like 2 to 5 or 2 to 4 like that. Let's not do that on our relationship and work on the communication, because you're going to catch more flies with honey than you do shit. And usually when a person starts getting to the octave of about 3, that's when the other person's mind shuts down and they start, like, their wheels are turning. They don't even hear you anymore. They're just looking for ways to defend themselves. Then they're not actually listening to hear you. They're listening to protect themselves. Okay? Little trick. All right. So that's what I have. Let me ask, Spirit, do you have any advice for Ashile and Dustin? Oh, did you see that card? Beep, beep. Remember when I said sexy time? And you got the sexual union. So when I talked about the 2 being 1, make sure that you guys, again, you're a Scorpio. We already talked about sex. Use it for manifestation purposes. Use it for Tantra, because you can manifest through the art of spirituality, through your sexuality. As the 2 of you guys become one, like, okay, say you want to manifest a trip to New Zealand. Both of you can set that intention before you make love with one another, and then both be sending that out into the universe. Okay? Same thing with, all right, we're coming together with the intention of, we want everybody out of our home. And we make love, and we both are holding that intention, and we have the most beautiful tantric moment with one another that's not just about penetration. It's about really doing the dance and feeling each other's bodies, right? And it says, honor the place in one another where you are one eternal soul, for there you will find true bliss. Listen, the whole world is out there to try and pull our attention in all these different distractions and directions, and McDonald's on every fucking corner, and a Starbucks here, and you know, this and that, and oh, I gotta work, and I got this. And the only time you have nothing between you and your husband is when you're making love. Not fucking.
Right.
But genuinely making love. And that is where you find that true bliss, is honoring your sexuality. Okay? So that is the advice from Spirit. Cute, cute, cute. But we got to get people out of your fucking house. Period. End of story. Okay. So let's talk about, what's your baby's name?
Allison.
Allison. All right. So this is cute. I love this. I have nothing bad to say about your marriage at all. Just sit down, talk about all of this with your husband. If you want, show him the reading. You know, there was nothing bad here that you can't share with him. I don't think. Go back, watch the video, and decide on whether or not you want to share it with them. But this is not something that needs to be a fight. It just needs to be the two of you guys working together for the same common goal. And are you, is his relationship, like, cut the fucking umbilical cord. Somebody else can take care of her. There's other people out there, and sometimes we say, oh, well, we're the only people that can do it. No, you're fucking not. All you have to do is be willing to step aside, and the universe will literally throw in another opportunity for you. It's once you stop believing that you're that important, because you're not.
Oh, yeah.
Okay? Then a home will come available. A family member will be like, oh my God, I would love to have her. All right. So, Allison?
Allison, yeah.
Allison. Spirit, please show me Allison and her health. Allison and her health. Okay. Spirit, please show me Allison and her health. So there is new things that are coming in when it comes to her health. I do feel like you're going to get more information. There is going to be some choices with some alternative therapies. Okay? You do need to look at alternatives and then come to the conclusion. But I do feel like there are supplements that can help too with the bones and, doing the things and stuff. When is her birthday?
May 31st of 2005.
She's a Gemini. She's a Gemini. Okay, so Scorpio is her 6th house. Ooh. Okay. So she got bad a few years ago.
When she was 11.
Yeah. How old is she now?
20.
Yeah. Okay, so show me Allison and her health. Oh, good. I love this. Actually, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't see a lot of bad things. So whoever is helping you, is it a female doctor?
Her surgeon for her back was a male doctor. The orthopedic surgeon that we're going to go see for her legs, I'm not entirely sure if it's female or male.
I see a female here. Or they're more in their feminine. They're more emotional, sensitive. I do see. So the cards are kind of sexist like that. It can be a man, and they're much more in their feminine origin, where they have empathy, they have like that sentimental value, those types of things, and they're very sensitive to, the child, okay? That is what I'm getting. Whoever it is that you are going to be meeting with, I do see a really good outcome to some of these issues, because yes, the overall energy, it's like you've had a lot of like, kind of like fists in the fire, so to speak, right? A lot of people have a lot of different ideas, but nobody really had like the right one. Okay.
Right. Okay.
And I do feel, that you've had to walk away from certain ones, which is actually good, or you're going to need to walk away from certain people that are no longer conducive. Again, we have relationships, okay, for you. New relationships, new doctors, because these are people that you're spending a lot of time with, right? So new we talked about the lady at the grocery store, doctor's offices, all those things are under that guise of relationships. So you are going to be kind of put with a couple of other ones. But listen, I do feel like she has a really awesome team of people coming in for her. There's going to be alternative methods that maybe you guys didn't talk about. It would be a good idea to get a second opinion. Okay. I definitely would that. Maybe even a third opinion, right? And I feel to add, change her diet. That's going to be a really good one. Hi, Pumpkinhead. There's Mama's boy. Hi, honey. Hi, buddy. I would talk to, somebody about getting her on supplements because she is getting pummeled right now with like a lot of medications. Her liver is going to be working overtime as well as her pancreas. I would get her on some milk thistle as soon as possible.
Okay.
I would put her on milk thistle because that's going to actually help cleanse the liver. Do it like once a night, and keep her on it for a few months because right now her liver, I do feel her liver is working overtime because she is on like pain meds, things like that.
The only things that she's really taking are Tylenol and ibuprofen.
Tylenol is the absolute worst, and ibuprofen. That's why they just talked about the whole Tylenol bullshit. Tylenol has been a big fat fucking lie. Tylenol and ibuprofen together, they go to different organs and they do different things. One is the acetaminophen, which is like the pain reliever, right? But then you have the ibuprofen, which is the inflammation. Mm-hmm. Right? They're doing different things. So actually, when taken together, they make a Vicodin.
Okay.
But there is natural ways of being able to work through pain and those types of things. It's just a matter of getting over to those things, Okay. But also supporting the bones, supporting the organs, and supporting the things that need to be supported at this time, right? Okay. Because if you can support those things, sometimes you can avoid a lot of this based off of her pain. Just like I was talking about with like her periods and shit, like inositol. It's probably PCOS, from all the things that she's had to go through. And that's one of the most misdiagnosed. And that'll be heavy periods and those types of things. And a lot of pain, cramping, sickness, diarrhea, vomiting, whatever. And that's usually PCOS, polycystic ovarian syndrome. She's probably has cysts on her ovaries, those types of things. So I would get her on some myo-inositol. It's a fucking powder. Just tell her to be careful if she doesn't want a baby, wrap it up, because anybody who is on that makes them fertile myrtle.
Oh, okay. Well, as far as I know, she's still a good girl.
Well, kids don't tell you everything. So you are going to have some choices and decisions, and you are going to have to make some blind, like you're just going to have to listen to your intuition and make some decisions. But I do feel like whatever decisions that you make, I feel like you're going to make the right decisions for her health.
Okay.
And I do see her healing. This is about having faith. Okay. So I do see her healing. I mean, you really have some fucking awesome cards here for your daughter. Let me just show you how bright and cheery they are. Because trust me, like there's this dark one down here, but this is about overanalysis, paralysis, overthinking, overanalyzing. Honestly, to tell you the truth, compared to all the other cards, this would be the only bad one. If you really wanted to see it as a bad one, it's not a bad one, right? Six of Pentacles is like, okay, people are, being very charitable. They're going to help, right? And then we've got this Knight of Cups coming in who is like, yes, you're a little non-committal about, well, do I do this? Do I not? You're coming in with your heart center and look who's meeting you, the Queen of Cups. So you are going to have somebody who's going to meet you and they're going to be very empathetic, very kind, very loving, very intuitive, very psychic. They understand their job. They understand the vitamins. They're going to understand that you don't want to be on a bunch of fucking medications and things like that. They're going to offer you this brand new opportunity, something that maybe it's going to take you down a new path when it comes to her healing process. The Lover's card is showing you that in the center of your reading, you got an angel here that is blessing this union, bringing these people to you. So your ancestors, your guides, your spirit, all of your spirit team is coming together to help you through this situation. And then look at this. You got the ultimate 2 cards of wish fulfillment, literally the minor arcana, 9 of Cups, and the Star. This is the lower grade of this card. So listen, make sure that when you are putting anything out there that it is all of the white light, because having the Star here, it's like, what do? We wish upon a star, right? We go outside. Right. You're not wishing for things you don't want. You're wishing for the things that you want. Okay. So this is prime example to start wishing for the things that you want to bring into her life, better, mobility, and start talking to herself better, talking to her cells, talking to her DNA, because by her doing that, she is like regenerating her cells. So if you adopt the I am cancer, I am sick, I am, whatever you put after the I am is what makes you who you are. So
Okay.
I am healing because that's what the star represents, is healing. And the stars are aligning right now for you guys to be on the right path, to get you in the direction that you need to go. But you will have to do some walking away from other people who really don't know what the fuck they're doing. And I think you already know that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So these two cards are about choices. This is about choices and decisions and sitting there. She's willingly holding those swords. She's willingly, but look what's up here. She is having faith in the moon, right? Having faith in spirit, gods, angels, to know that they are helping her intuitively make this decision on the best. Because at any point in time, you could take those heavy ass motherfucking swords. Have you ever lifted a sword? You take those heavy ass motherfucking swords. You can put them down at any time. You can take the blindfold off and you can move in a direction. I do feel like it's going to be around the eclipse time. Thank you. My nose just started itching right when I said that. I do feel like it's around an eclipse time. We do actually have eclipses in Pisces and Virgo. So I do feel like it's going to be kind of an unorthodox way of doing things. Something that you have not done before. So, you know, you'll know if you guys really want to go down this or if you want to continue to do your research. Again, these are about choices and decisions, and they are blessed by your spirit guides, angels, and ancestors. So what I would do is I would put it out to the universe and say, okay, universe, please move out of my way the people, places, and things that are not conducive to our healing. And could you please bring in something that is more alternative, that is going to help her heal?
Okay.
And I bet you anything around, so we have these eclipses coming up. We're about ready. I mean, we're going into, I don't know her chart off the top of my hand, if I did, or my head, her whole chart. But if you wait until, like, eclipses are 6 months out. Virgo rules our health. And we have a South Node eclipse there. It's going to be a full moon eclipse, thank you, Spirit, in March. And then we have, or in February, and then in March, we have the new moon in Pisces. So those are both going to have everything to do with our healing.
Okay.
When it comes to healing our body and getting the right medical people in alignment. Doesn't mean that it can't come in now. Sorry, my computer is wanting to turn off. Hold on, what the fuck? Oh, weird. I've been plugged in the whole time and wasn't charging. It just tried to energy save on me. So anyway, but yeah. So, you know, just because one person says something, that doesn't mean they know what they're talking about. So because we're noticing a lot when it comes to the medical field right now, you got to know who's full of shit, and she needs to stop. If you guys are vaccinating or doing any of that stuff or taking any of their snake venom, don't. Okay. And don't take any, because they're going to try and push that too on her. And you can find somebody out there that is willing to help her. But I do think that somebody is absolutely coming in that knows what they're fucking talking about. And I do think she's going to get the help that she needs.
Okay. We have an appointment actually next week on the 17th for her, so.
Next month on the 17th?
No, next week.
Next week on the 17th. Oh, good. You're in good hands because we definitely have well-aspected planets right now. So all planets that you need to be direct are there. Doesn't mean that you'll have all the answers. You'll have some, and then just maneuver accordingly. And like I said, you'll know. Listen to your gut. You have 3 brains in the body: your brain, your heart, and your gut. Okay? When something feels off, it'll make you cringe, and your sphincters in your body will kind of tense up, and you're like, ugh. Sit with it before you make any decisions.
Okay. Sit
with that. Don't make any decisions. You know, you don't have to, because if it's the right thing to do, it's going to be there whenever you fucking decide, you know. So, again, make no decisions until you feel damn good and ready and you've exhausted all other opportunities.
Okay.
Okay?
Yep.
Questions on any of this?
I don't think so.
How do you feel?
I feel all right.
Yeah. You have a sense of direction. Honey, you have way more power than you give yourself credit for. You're just not wanting to be seen as mean.
Yeah.
But it doesn't matter how other people see you. It's none of your business. It's their business. True. It is their business. I don't care how people see me. I don't give a fuck. That is on you. That is not on me. I don't give a flying fuck how you look at me, how you perceive me. I don't care. And it is a dangerous level of unfuckwithable. Tap into that power because, again, you're not being mean. You're just doing what's right for you and your family. When you married Dustin, you didn't marry Dustin's mom.
Right.
Okay? You married Dustin. You guys have kids. You guys have a long history. You've been together for a very long time. This is just one of those little things that, okay, we'll cross that bridge when we get there. And now you're at that bridge, and this is a point where we've got to, you're at a fork in the road. And obviously the road that you're on is not working. So it's time to think about the other roads and the other options and then go full speed ahead into those. Okay. Don't try to control time. It might take a minute. You're still stuck with it for a second. But, again, put it out to the universe. Like, I'm ready to have an empty house. And anybody that is not here for my highest and best good, I want to be released from. And hey, start saging the fucking house. Yeah. And it'll stink to her. You know why? Because she's a fucking demon. It's like, oh, that stinks. I know, demon. It's doing its job.
Sometimes it stinks to me, though, too.
Well, that's getting the demons out. You do need the sage, though. And then here's another one, cut the cord between you and her. Do a cord cutting ceremony, and then it'll give you more options to get her out. Seriously, no joke. These little things. And then here's what here's a little trick too that I've learned. The more that you get irritated and not looking for solutions, but looking for fucking more problems, you're actually building a wall to keep her in it with you. When you finally free up the fact that I don't care, I'm done, I'm not doing this, stay in your fucking room. Not you, her. If you can't be nice to me under my fucking roof, stay in your fucking room until you can find another place to go. Right. And that's just that. And that's not you being mean. And then that pushes her to actually start looking for a different place. Okay? Because now you're setting the boundary. The universe sees that you're setting the boundary. You're not going to get mad anymore because then you're giving away your power. Remember what I said? Where are you giving away your power? Don't give away your power by being angry and frustrated and mad. That's where she feeds off of it. The evil, the darkness, not to say that she's evil or dark, but it feeds that energy and gives us more to bitch about, complain about. Don't do that. Don't give that away to her. By doing that, you're being counterintuitive and you're actually locking her in instead of freeing her to go to another place because the universe is like, tell me when you've learned the lesson.
Right.
It's the trick. So it's like, again, we go back to the change your mindset, change your energy, change your outcome. And then you start seeing the internal aspects changing and then the external. And work on communicating with your husband. If you need to sit down and him and I can do a reading where you can either sit there or I do one with him, and kind of talk him through this as well so that he can open up and speak freely by himself. Couples that, heal together, stay together. They become bonded. It's like this magnet and nothing, again, like we saw in that one card where they're both together, nothing can penetrate. And if him not doing a reading now and only watching the video that we've done here today, that is a reading enough because these messages go to him as well as to you because you guys are one unit. Okay? Okay. So, I mean, like I said, we've not said anything on here that he doesn't already know. Yeah. No. I'm not here to tell you anything you don't already know. I'm just here to validate what you're feeling, tell you that your intuition is spot on, and then tell you not to get so caught up on it and just fucking let it go. Make easy decisions. Like, no joke. Like, I'm like, skirt, I'm not sitting at a dinner table with somebody that does not like me. Right. I'm nurturing my body. When I'm cooking, I'm not slamming cabinets. I'm putting together a witch's brew. A dollop of this and a dash of that, and then I'm consuming that. When I drink water, I set an intention for how I want my day to go, or my coffee, or whatever, because it's energy. So, and then I'm consuming that and nurturing my body with that. And then anything that is not that, it disperses. Put some fucking black salt around your windowsills, and put some black salt around your fucking door, and watch how anything negative can't cross the threshold. Right. It works. And here's another one for you too. Here's an easy one. You ready? Take a piece of paper. Put her name on it. Fold it, fold it, fold it until it's really tiny. I don't care how big, you don't need a big piece of paper. Just put her name on it. Put her birthday, put her name, all that. Fold it, fold it, fold it, fold it, fold it, fold it, fold it. So small. And then put it in a little jar with water. If you got rainwater, that's even better.
Okay.
Seal it. Put it in the back of the fucking freezer. It's called a chill out spell. Make her chill the fuck out.
Oh, okay.
It's that simple. I did that with my ex-husband and he chilled the fuck out and left me alone.
Yeah.
And you're not doing anything. You're not wishing bad upon them. You're just putting them in the freezer and telling them, chill the fuck out, dude. Like, this is nonsense. We're too fucking old for this shit. Grow the fuck up. You're too old to be acting like this, grandma.
Right.
Like, cut it out. No. Chill out. And she doesn't even need to know that you did it. Dustin will know if he watches this video. We just want your mom to chill out. It's not that we need her to move out, but if she can't chill out, then next step, or at least in the meantime until she does move out. Either way, whatever happens, happens. Expect the unexpected. It really is that simple. It seems so like, whoa, all right, that's it? Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that's fucking it. Okay? So don't make it harder on yourself. It doesn't have to be, because it's all really, honey, you have been through so much in your fucking life, and you have overcome every obstacle that has been thrown your fucking way since childhood. This is just another one of those stupid little monkey wrenches that get thrown in. And then here's the deal. What you need to learn from this situation is stop trying to take care of everyone and just take care of you and your husband. Yeah. And your kids. That's it. That's all that is expected of you in this time. You don't need anything else, and nobody needs to come in and no. It's your turn. You and your husband were you and your husband before the kids came. You were you and your husband before all this other shit with life, you know, that throws out. It was always you and your husband. So let's get back to you and your husband.
Okay.
Okay?
All right.
I love you, honey.
I love you too.
It was
Thank
so
you.
good to see you. Absolutely. Call me back later on in the week, and now we can actually shoot the shit and catch up and stuff on all this other stuff. But I am going to stop your recording. I love you guys all so much. Thank you for entrusting me with your energy, and I am going to stop recording now. Bye. Not you.